What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of B2B from the sideline. You know, I'm your host, Troy. I got the word of the day for you today. That shit is privilege. We chose this word because, you know, a lot of NBA's players feeling privileged. There's a lot of privilege going around, and we got to address that shit. So we got some KD talk for you. KD comment on U.S. basketball, AAU, racism. We got some draft talk and tanking and what the NBA could do and what they released and say that they are thinking of doing, like throwing away the draft. And then we got Pat Riley's comments on LeBron and how the Heat could have stayed together 8 to 10 years. I don't know about that, but yeah, let's get to it.
Off the glass, yeah, we fast, we attacking the action. Basket to basket, whole squad bringing traction. Troy, Moolish, Boo-Wop, talking straight with no slack. In the melon, the cut, hating LeBron with a passion. Yeah, we caught side, posted New York attitude loaded. Breaking down the plays, every angle decoded. Troy calling out the smoke, key the voice of the floor. Moolish coming through with the stats and the law. Boo-Wop got the knowledge. Woo! And drops real takes when the squad gets going. Whole arena awake and Mel. Man, he wild every time Bron gets mentioned. He rolling his eyes like it's personal tension. We discussing every bucket. Okay, that's enough. Troy said the intro was too long. Just start the show. Off the glass, off the glass, off the glass, off the glass.
Drop that tape, man. Welcome back. What's up, fellas? How y'all niggas feeling?
You're what's popping though.
Yeah, we in the building, and you already know where my screen at. It's somewhere around here. Give me a second. We got to jump right into this shit. KD had some comments, had some shit to say. He said it's your fault, nigga. That's what he said. It's your fault. It's not our fault. So KD was talking about Team USA. Had his comment here. Let me find it. He said he claims that the criticism against AAU was a vile attack on the notion that Black Americans control the sport, and there was no actual reason for criticism apart from it originating from racist tendencies. Victimhood mentality, Jay Will say KD is having right there. Boo-Wop, what do you say?
I mean, from the media standpoint, could it be some targeted shit going on? Maybe. I'm not going to flat out dismiss that, but I do think the American players are a little bit more privileged than some of these European players from the standpoint that basketball is huge here. It always has been for the most, well, not always has been, but like obviously the last 30 to 40 years, it's been huge. And it's continually to grow. But you cannot ignore the talent that the international players have been bringing to the league right now. I think the last American player to win an MVP has been James Harden. It's something to say about that. And I think for me, I think it's mostly because, again, like I'm not saying that these players don't work hard, but I just think the international players tend to work not as hard. I just don't think they care about the same things. I think that's mostly what it is when I say, like, as far as privilege, like basketball is so accessible. It's why you have so many people that think like, oh, they think it's okay to call an NBA player that's not necessarily the greatest player in the world, or he's not a known name. They think it's okay to say that player is weak. Like, you have fans that be like, oh, he's trash. He's weak. X, Y, and Z. But the reality is the weakest player in the NBA would destroy you. Like, would destroy you. So it comes from that. Like, basketball being so accessible in America, where it's like it's so popular, it's so easy to pick up a basketball and make a couple of shots, and now all of a sudden, motherfuckers think they Steph Curry or some shit. Like that's the reality of why I say like some players take the game lightly versus in Europe or overseas, like those players tend to play the game more team oriented. They pick up on fundamentals and if you playing like basketball overseas, I guess it's more so like, not to say that it's not more popular than it's ever been, and it's not, you know what I'm saying, easy to kind of quote unquote play basketball. It's just not the sport that's popular in overseas. Like the most popular sport overseas is soccer. That's the game of choice that they play. And even I think a guy like Giannis, Embiid, I think they all played soccer at one point in their like early, you know what I'm saying, early athletic careers. Like, so I think for them, basketball is not a way of life, or it's not. They just play the sport because they intrigued by it. Like, you know, they don't really play it for the same reasons like the American players play the game for. The American, some American players play it because it's a way of life. Don't get me wrong. And then some play it for more than likely because it's a way out of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
It's
way to get that money on.
Yeah, and
James Harden.
Go ahead, Moo.
what, man? The guy commented on the video earlier. He said, "You're right. James Harden with that money on."
Technically, he's not lying.
Oh, I'm not lying.
Here's what I'll say, right? Because I kind of alluded to this last episode. A lot of the times, yeah, these American players are privileged because, like Jay Williams brought up in his response to KD, in his comments, they get to, a lot of the times they benefit from the AAU circuits. They benefit from, travel basketball. A lot of them have had fathers, brothers, uncles, cousins that played in the NBA, so they have some way, shape, or form of connections. Not saying that that's an automatic shoe-in for somebody to make it or to get into the NBA, but it does help, right? So you can say that yes, they do have a certain level of privilege. Now, I'm not saying that just because you're an American-born player that you're automatically going to get into the NBA, because we know that's not to be true. But we do have a lot more outlets, especially nowadays, right? You have the NBA, you got the G League, you got the freaking whole YouTube basketball, Ball is Life, Overtime, et cetera, to where now they're putting on tournaments. They're doing things to where young hoopers can go out there and make money and create their own bag while creating content. You don't see that a lot of the times or really any of the times in overseas or international basketball. So it hits different when they come over here, and a lot of the times, yes, they are ridiculed. A lot of the times they are told, like, no matter what they do, they're never going to be better than, Americans. So a lot of the times, they take that shit personally, and they want to go out there and prove a point, right? And I'll give everybody one big example of that is Manu Ginobili, right? He comes over and, he's a star in his respective country, but comes over and he has to take a huge back seat because he's playing with guys like Tim Duncan, he's playing with guys like Tony Parker and the Admiral. So obviously he's not going to garner that same respect, right? But when he gets his moments, he shows as to why he's not only one of the top players in the NBA at the time, but in his country, right? And him going back, a lot of the times when these guys go back to their countries they choose to play for, they make it a point to stick it to the USA because they want them to know, like, like, we really do this basketball shit over here too. Like, it's not just the NBA thing, or it's not just an American thing. Like, we can play basketball very well too. So, just like I said the other day, right, when it comes to Wemby and the Jokers and the Lucas of the world, the Shays of the world, right, and how they can come in and talk their shit and kind of like not just amp up the crowd, but amp up their peers and their counterparts because they know at the end of the day, no matter what they really do, they're never going to really garner the same respect because somebody that's American born is always going to have the proverbial one up on them. So they are coming in with a kind of a different chip on their shoulder, essentially saying like, yeah, we don't come from the same types of backgrounds that y'all come from as far as basketball wise, right? But I feel like I'm better than you. Just like I was saying the other day, right? Like a lot of the times that competition factor gets lost because these guys kind of just get lost in, being friends and being buddy buddy. But a lot of these international guys, they don't have that privilege to be friends and be buddy buddy because they didn't play AAU with these guys. You know what I mean? Like they didn't grow up on the same high school, into the same high school, the modern days, the IMGs of the world, right? Where I played with this guy and that guy, he was my teammate, and we went to rival high schools, whatever the case may be. They didn't have that. You know what I mean? And even if they went to a rival high school, oh yeah, we play AAU together, we play travel ball together. They don't have that. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the times, the next best competition is 2, 3, 4, 5 countries over. They don't get that constant competition that's right next to the next town in the next town or in the next city over or the next high school. Like nah, it's there's one in a few. So when they get over here and they get that opportunity to really take it to the Americans, they take it personally. And I think that's what Wimby is really doing. He's not really here to make friends, at least from what I see, right? He's not really here to make friends. He's not really here to be all buddy buddy and oh let me jersey swap and nah, fuck that. I think I'm better than you at basketball. I don't care how tall I am. I don't care how much y'all think just my height helps me. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. Yeah, I'm tall, but I feel like skillfully wise, I think I'm better than you, and I'm gonna show that shit to you every single day.
So Jay Will's comments, it feels a little bit like a racist victimhood mentality because I think critiquing a development system is not critiquing a race. And we're talking about development systems for America. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I agree. I think that's what it's mostly about is the European players or the international players, right? They're being taught a team-based game. Most of the stars that come from over there, like a Luka, like a Jokic, if you watch how Luka played over there, he does not play the same way he does in the NBA. He was forced to play this way because this is the way the NBA is playing. So that's why I say like they come from very humble beginnings because they're not playing the same way. They're not playing this hero ball type of basketball. Like even in the AAU circuits, it's still a lot of one-on-one type of deals. It's not a team concept for real, for real. The only thing I would say like AAU teams like really from a team concept is mostly defense, like defensive schemes, things of that nature, how they're trying to guard the team. But it's still a lot of mano-a-mano offensive basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just never been the way they've been playing the game over there. They've been playing through a team structure. The ball moves constantly. We get the best shot on the court at all times.
So
go ahead.
now I was going to say, J. Will also said the thing that really bothers me about the comments is that we heard American players talk about it for the longest time. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, 2015, Kobe literally said European players are taught how to play the right way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
They're being a lot of the basketball today is simple. It's predictable basketball. Unfortunately, don't get me wrong, it's still entertaining. It's still some good nuances to it, but for the most part, it's isolate. If you got great spacing, what can you stop the guy that's in front of you? If not, I'm going to get to the basket, get a foul, or I'm going to kick it to the open man. It's predictable basketball. Like it's not a lot of team plays being ran. It's not a lot of that for real. Like it's transition basketball. It's quick shots. It's predictable. Not saying it's a bad product though.
Kobe previously claimed that while in the USA, players are initially taught athleticism, European schools tend to prioritize basketball IQ and skill. Kobe had not concluded that the European method was right, but merely speaking on the differences between the two schools.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
The NBA is about its stars. It's why people call a guy like Kyrie Irving, who is a great player, but they call him a superstar because people casually watch sports. That's the problem. People don't watch sports for the beauty of it, for the reality of when you watching a sport, you're supposed to be watching what's working the best.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter how it appears to others. You're supposed to be watching the sport for the impact and the results of that impact. Simple. People can hate Floyd Mayweather for the way he boxes, but he boxes as the epitome of what the sport is. I hit you, you can't hit me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what boxing is. No matter how everybody want to see a Mike Tyson fight, but Floyd is the he's science of boxing. He's the science of it. Like that's the game plan. I'm going to hit you. Can you hit me? Like, so with sports, I just feel like a lot of people are casually watching sports. They want to be pleased. They want to see high flying. So, and we all probably been a part of this. Like, I've seen the guys, because WAP is 5'8" on a good day. I've seen the guys at 6'1", 6'2".
Short nigga.
Yeah, short nigga. but I've seen the guys that was 6'1", 6'2", that could jump higher than everybody else and had the athleticism. But I had more IQ than him. I had more skill than him. But because he could jump out the gym, that's what scouts care about. Oh, he's a star. He could be a star. That guy could be a star. Skills don't scream you could be a star. It's only a couple of guys that proven that skills can be superstar, like a Kyrie Irving, and you know what I'm saying? It's only a few guys. Kobe. Like, people want to see you getting dunked on. People want to see, you know what I'm saying, raw athleticism. That's aesthetics, and that's what people live for in sports in general.
Yeah, I mean, y'all guys said it the best, so it ain't nothing for me to add there. So we're going to push on to the draft and our thoughts on that. So Thursday, the 18th, I think it's the 18th. Stakeholders from the Board of Governors, the competitive committee, general managers, they had an intensified dialogue about combating tanking in the NBA. They're getting tired of this shit. Tired of this tanking. Everybody want to tank for pick. You ain't tanking no more. Some of the sources with knowledge, Thursday's meeting, yep, it was Thursday, says that they discussed these concepts. First round draft picks can be protected only for top 4 or top 14 plus selections. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or at a later date. No longer allowing a team to pick in the top 4 in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Teams can pick in the top 4. The teams can't pick in the top 4 the year after making the conference finals. Lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. Lottery extended to include all playing teams. Flatten odds for all lottery teams. What's our thoughts on that, Mulich?
Wow, that's interesting. I'm not even gonna lie. That's actually really interesting.
Now, before you go, don't forget Adam Silver's comments that he also said he's not opposed to doing away with the draft. Right, and then everybody comes in as free agents. So think about that too when you respond.
Now, see, and that's the interesting thing about it, right? Because if these, and I know these are just, ideas, right? But say 45%, almost 50% of the rules get upheld, and they do end up with this free agent pool of college players, right? Number one, especially with this year's draft coming up, what stops players from trying to go to like load up on a specific team, I guess, or like a team trying to load up on specific players, right?
You still
Because
have to pay them, though. Still have to
you
have the
start to
money
pay
to pay
them.
them.
Yeah, it's just, but since there's no draft, it's like we can try to move off of this contract, trade this guy, whatever the case may be, just so we can get
Just waive this
two of
motherfucker
the,
for that guy.
you know what I mean? Just so we can get two of the top guys in the draft. But then at the same time, it's like,
It gives the top guys in the draft a choice too of going to whatever team they
yeah,
want to.
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just interesting based off this draft alone because of all the players in this draft. There's a lot of really good players in this draft, a lot of good guards, a lot of good forwards as well. But like, man, I can see why though. I'm not gonna lie, I can see why though, because if the way I see it with this whole tanking thing and the rules that Adam is trying to like implement, or like they're just kind of, I guess, gonna vote on, if y'all suck, y'all suck.
Yeah.
Like if you suck, you suck, bro. But like it's getting almost embarrassingly obvious that you guys are like purposely sitting guys to lose. Like it's getting bad to the point where Adam Silver is like finding teams. It's like it's getting bad, and the point where now they're starting to implement rules. It's getting crazy obvious that you guys are really looking like, well, we got AJ DeBansa, he's coming out, and Darren Peterson, and we got the Booker twin. Like we understand when y'all see talent in the draft, and you're like, oh shit, and then y'all look at your record like, yeah, nah, we're not going. But like I said, like it gets to a point. Like if y'all suck, just own that. But healthy scratches and players who, like doctors have said, can play and they're not playing, like it gets to a point, bro. And y'all gotta understand, like Adam is. A lot of people don't get it because a lot of people are thinking like, oh, this is just Adam's way of trying to like regain control of the league. But it's like, what else is he supposed to do? I'm pretty sure at this point in time, his hands are tied, bro. Like
Yeah,
ratings are down, views are down. Like all the money that they're paying the players is not paying forth the dividend that they pretty much thought that they were going to have. You know what I'm saying? So like, what else is he supposed to do? You got put people. We're paying you millions of dollars for y'all not to play, and our views are already down. Ticket sales are down, bro. Like they're selling freaking Kings tickets and Indiana tickets, bro, for $10.
We
Like
should get some.
we should. Like what else is this nigga supposed to do, bro? You know what I mean? Like he's already like doing everything else. You feel me? Like All-Star game is fucked up, or the All-Star weekend is shit. You feel me? Like everything else is. He's just like, bro, what else am I supposed to do? Like I gotta start doing something for y'all to be motivated to play, because if we're paying y'all all this money, y'all still not motivated to play at this point in time, I gotta start taking shit away. I done rewarded y'all so much. Now I gotta start taking shit away because it seems like the more y'all get, the less y'all want to play. And I can understand why a lot of these rules are starting to be thrown around, honestly. Because the nigga like, bro, I don't know what else y'all want me to do. You feel me?
What?
I'm actually happy because for a minute now, like Adam Silver kind of been letting some shit slide, to be honest. Like, just keep running, like let some shit slide. And this gonna like this gotta stop. The tanking shit, bro. It just gotta stop, bro. Like it's already bad enough with the whole teaming up deal. That's I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been as bad in this era, to be honest, like as it was in the 2010s. It was bad in the 2010s. That was the hookup era, like for real. But it's kind of slowed down. You kind of seeing the one superstar with a co-star type deal again, which I appreciate. But far as still these players like that Utah situation, bro, like Danny Ainge is over there just doing whatever he fucking wants. Oh, Lori, sit down for a couple of games tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to lose an extra 2-3 games, like it's just too much going on to that, bro. I get it. Like, y'all want to be bad so y'all can potentially luck up in one of these drafts and potentially land a superstar. I get all of that, but like, and for the most part, a small market team like Utah gotta do shit like that to some degree. They gotta hope they be real fucking bad and land this next Karl Malone type player for their franchise, right? Like a superstar. Because when the last time Utah had a superstar?
Utah? Who they traded away?
I mean, you can argue Donovan Mitchell was
Donovan Mitchell, there you go.
You can argue that.
Maybe.
Star, not superstar. Star.
He wasn't a superstar. Like I mean,
I say maybe star or starish right in that middle realm.
I would say he's a franchise player trying to become a superstar.
Star. I can agree with that.
Like he's a guy that you will try to build a team around, because that's what a franchise player is to me. Somebody you trying to build a team around. That don't mean you are a superstar, because a superstar to me, once you build a real team around them, they get it done. Once you give a superstar everything, you might not even give them everything, but as long as you give them enough to get the job done, they probably will get the job done. That's what I did.
Ass with this shit. Damn, got that.
You said who?
The Kings.
Yeah,
I went and looked at the placement of the Pacers, who got fined $100,000 there in last place in the East, and then the Jazz is third from last in the West, who got fined $500,000, $500,000 for their tanking. I think Adam got to say, yo, fuck this. I'm done. You get caught tanking, I'll make you sell a team. Nigga, I'm going to the extreme, nigga. You get caught tanking, I ain't finding your ass. 3 times you're out, I find you, but the 3rd time you gotta sell a team, nigga. But get somebody else in here that wanna make the team win, nigga. You gotta go.
Damn. That nigga says sell the team. Oh my god.
You gotta sell a team, but what? It's the only way. You gotta get a new owner in there that got some heart and want to win. Look at who ain't in the new owner. Did the new owners come to the Pistons, or they were the same owners, nigga?
They're the same owners. They just got a new coach and a new front office finally.
Yeah, they got some guys in there telling them, nah, y'all doing it wrong. You got to get rid of the owner.
Everybody not like a Jerry Buss, right? Like when Jerry Buss took over the Lakers, he was enthused. Like he really wanted to take their franchise to another platform, and you could see obviously with the things he was doing for that team, and money was no option. He brought in the players he wanted to bring in. Everybody is not that owner. A lot of these owners invest into basketball, like the sport in general, just to have an extra revenue. They don't necessarily care about winning a ring. They care about selling seats.
And that's why I said fire the owners, nigga.
But you can't do. It's hard to do that when
you go force them to sell. They fucking look what they did to what was the dude in the Clippers. They forced that nigga to get up there.
Some president and shit to get your team snatched from you, gang.
Nigga, no, that's not nigga. All they gotta do is vote. That's in the system, nigga. Just how we do it.
Yeah.
If they bring it to the forefront and the niggas vote.
So nasty.
If the niggas vote, then if the niggas vote them out, I'm talking. If the niggas vote to own it out, that's what they do in the NBA. What are you talking about, boy?
That is true though. I think that's exactly what happened. I forgot the nigga name. It was something Sterling.
Yeah,
I forgot his
Don
name. It was
Sterling.
something Sterling. Don, thank you.
But Buwap say he did some unprecedented. I don't give a fuck. That's unprecedented to tank, nigga. You sell a team. Sell a team, nigga. We voted you out.
That nigga said sell the team. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I'm not. Why? Y'all niggas beat around the bush. I'm tired of this tanking shit. Look at the Pistons. They used to tank. They ain't tanking no more, nigga. So does tanking work? Yeah, I guess, motherfucker, because now they at the top of the league. But these motherfuckers down here been tanking for years. They've been taking, the Jazz been taking for years, nigga. Vote his ass out. Get somebody else in there. Who want to buy the Jazz?
Out. Get him out of there.
The Clippers, no good. Vote their asses out. Get new owners in there.
I think they just suck, though.
The Nets burn the building down. Sell that team in the name. You don't even want them no more. Replace them with somebody else.
I think they just suck.
I think they do suck too, but I say sell you. I say, like, again, why I don't like the tanking shit is because it's why you have, in my opinion, it's why players are able to today do the gambling shit that they doing. It's why a Terry Rozier incident exists, because teams are laying down in the middle of the season. Don't nobody care about a regular season game in fucking January between the fucking Heat and the Hornets.
Well, maybe if them niggas wasn't tanking, we would care about it.
But
fire them up.
Maybe we would care.
Fire the motherfucking owner. They want to play in the cup now. All of a sudden, play hard in the cup for a cup.
What I'm saying is,
they want to play in January. I'm not taking that shit.
Owner, how much control do you have over that? Like, at the end of the day, like,
what are you talking about?
How much?
Tanking, all the control.
No,
all of it.
You don't have
tanking. Yes, all the control. Tanking.
No. The owner don't have no control over that.
Then who has the fucking control? The president?
Like you don't know. You don't like. I think most of these players still, for the most.
I'm gonna look it up. Hey Google, tell me who motherfucking.
I think most of these players, for the most part, do want to play and try to like make a name for themselves and things of that nature. And they know some of that comes with putting up decent stats. Some of that come with being a good role player or a piece that a team could use. Some of that comes with all of that, but you still have to play. So I don't think people are blatantly just like from
some teams are bad, but tanking can also be you not adequately putting your team together to win. You're putting your team together to lose. But it's also tanking. Get the owner the fuck up out of here, bro. Because you got to notice there's no way the owner just oblivious to, oh, I don't know what's going on with team. Nigga, he got to know his team at the bottom 5 years in a row.
But most of these owners are people that aren't really like sports guys. They're just looking for
that. You can say that, but I bet you the owners don't. I bet you them motherfuckers don't say that when they go to those meetings.
They don't, but bro, even when they go to, like even when they go to these meetings and they're discussing like numbers and players and what can happen if we get this player. Again, a lot of these people are people that's not really watching the game. They're really watching numbers. They don't watch the game. They don't study the game. Like, that's what I'm saying. Owners don't study the game. They just study, this is a good market to tap into. I got some extra money here. Most of these owners. It's not a lot of Steve Ballmers that's sitting in every home game and just enthused about his team and cares. It's just not, bro. Most of these owners sitting in the fucking press box. They don't care. All they care about is percentages and what it look like on paper. And if it's making money, it's working. If it ain't making money, that's when I got a problem. Fuck winning a title. Once that shit start not making money, now we got a problem.
Yeah.
Now it's time to sell the team, get a new owner, and see if another motherfucker want to be enthused about this shit. I'm not enthused when the shit not making money. That's how these owners think, bro.
Two expansion teams. That's crazy.
Why you think you see a guy like Magic Johnson be in a lot of these like sports groups that's trying to buy teams? Like, because they trying to get somebody that got some IQ of basketball on the fucking sports team. Like, because these motherfuckers don't, they just got the money, the capital to put up the buy team. They don't care. They care about that bottom line. So that's why I don't say, like, it's the players. Like a Terry Rozier, you get a motherfucker like Terry Rozier in year 7 and year 8, he knows unless I'm finna win, make an all NBA team and change my name far as a trajectory of what my career is, I can get away with certain shit. I can get away with certain shit.
I don't know. I'm seeing some names here. I'm gonna say 9 because Michael Jordan not on the team no more.
What you seeing?
Shit up. Steve Ballmer, Joe Lacob, and Pete something from Golden State.
Joe Lacob, like he just put a good front office together for the most part, but he's not a guy that just be passionately at the games.
So he built his credit with his powerhouse through analytics.
Mark Cuban is like that. He's a
Mark
guy.
Cuban is on here. Matt Ishabal, Phoenix Suns, former college walk-on, became a billionaire.
He the new owner though, like
yeah.
Because
Mark Cuban.
I
know Joe be at every game. He's been at every game since we drafted
Tillman
Steph.
something for Tata. Tillman for Houston Rockets.
That's dude that he I think
it says he
UFC part of the UFC or some shit like that.
It says a prominent owner in the dining and entertainment industry who heavily influenced his team. Michael Jordan was there. Stan something, I don't know his name, and Ann Walton something, I don't know the last name. Denver Nuggets owned the team via something sports and entertainment. Called, I'm not even gonna try it. Tom Gores, Pistons. Are y'all laughing at me? Y'all motherfuckers. I can't see y'all. Y'all motherfuckers. Y'all read these fucking names then, nigga. Y'all read these shit. I don't even know Boston Celtics guy, but he leads the ownership group.
Fucking entertainment.
And then Robert from the Grizzlies, he's an entrepreneur who purchased the team in 2012.
Troy,
so there are some owners that are involved. Boo, you're right in there, some are not. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be involved with your team if we're talking about tanking. Like, you have to know what's going on with your team. Like, you're not making that much money if your fucking team is tanking and you're selling tickets for $10. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that.
It's still not even a lot of
that affects the bottom line.
But what I'm saying, it's not a lot of sole owners, right? Like a lot of these teams that's owned, they owned by other people that got say so.
Right. So are you saying that the owners just don't care what happens to the team?
I'm not saying that all the owners that's a part of the team like don't care. I'm just saying overall.
Do Brooklyn Nets owners care?
I think they care because, like, yeah, they want to put a good product on the court because they just moved to Brooklyn. They trying to attract new fan base and X, Y, and Z.
They traded for old Paul Pierce and old Garnett. How'd that work out for them?
Yeah, but they thought they had a young budding star in the league at that time. Darren Williams, he was that. Joe Johnson was a guy that was quote unquote like still.
Didn't they get Gerald Wallace in that trade too?
Yeah. They got Gerald Wallace.
Gerald Wallace. There you go. That's my guy.
They had
what about the Wizards? They care? Their owners care?
I think they I mean,
I think they're going to start to care now.
I think these are losing teams that just been losing for years, bro.
But the Wizards,
like Portland lost Dame and still was relatively not on. What was Portland after they lost Dame?
Nothing.
They wasn't at the bottom, nigga.
Yes, they was.
Yeah,
no, they wasn't.
Yes, they was, nigga.
Yeah, no, they were trash.
No, we gotta go see. We gotta go see, bro.
Yesterday was bottom 3.
What year was this? What year?
24. That's the year Dame got the Milwaukee.
Oh, man.
24.
Nah, yeah. Come on, bro. They finished it. They wasn't in the bottom 3, nigga. They was in the bottom 4. So shut up, boo. It was 12, nigga. It was 12 at 60, 36 and 46. Like I said, they wasn't that damn bad. After they lost Dame, bro, they wasn't that damn bad. You feel me?
Shit.
They didn't just go straight to tanking, nigga. Like
they was. I ain't gonna lie. That's not a terrible fucking record to lose a guy like Dame. I'm not gonna sit here and cap.
They were expected to be 33 and 49. They didn't do that, nigga. Like, come on, put some respect on their name.
Okay, you're right. That's not bad.
It's not terrible as fuck. I'm not gonna dispute that. I was expecting them to be a little worse
because they have 10 wins. Like,
but even with that being said, like, bro. Most owners' objective is, if you look at what the Wizards did, right? They bring in a guy like Trae Young. Trae Young is what but I'm not saying he's like, he is probably like in the top 15 exciting players to watch type list. He's one of them guys.
So are they selling tickets? That's what you
Yeah,
saying?
with Trae Young there, yeah, they're gonna sell some tickets. It's
Well,
a decent basketball.
Well, you can sell tickets at $10 a pop, nigga. Like if you fucking 16 and 42.
All we care about is that bottom line, gang.
That bottom line not getting hit at
as long as people come
bro.
to the game.
Yeah,
as long as people come to the game.
Getting hit at $10.
And on top of that, it's
They
just not
losing
Trae
money.
Young. They got Anthony Davis. They have 2 stars that got name power.
Anthony Davis leaving, nigga. He want to buy out.
Yeah, he not buying out.
Yeah.
He getting the fuck off the Wizards. I'll tell you that.
Davis is going to take whatever deal. If he's smart, he knows he done made the last money he finna make in his league game. He knows this. He's not getting no real deal no more. He stays hurt too much. Nobody's giving him a real deal no more. No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Nobody.
You would be crazy to do it. I'm not even gonna lie.
You
would be out of your mind.
Yo, that's fucking crazy. EBITDA. The EBITDA. That's that number. I'm a manager, so you gotta know what that EBITDA is. Bruh, there's only 2 teams that lost money last year. Can y'all guess those 2 teams?
That lost money, like far as like team revenue.
Like actually lost money?
Yeah, the EBITDA. Yes, the EBITDA. That's the bottom line. The EBITDA. I know I'm not saying it right, but that's the bottom line. That's where the money is, like what you make or what you lose.
I would say the Dallas Mavericks. That's one of them, I would say. And
Pelicans.
I need one more from both of you, then I'll tell you the answers. I tell you, the Suns broke even. They ain't make no money at all lost no money.
I mean, I guess it's not bad.
Dallas and
spit it out. We need the Jeopardy. Do I still got the Jeopardy? Or
Utah.
Did I Jeopardy? All right. Moody said Utah who?
And the Pels.
And the Pels.
I'm saying Dallas, and I'm gonna say Miami.
Okay, you're both wrong. The Clippers, 114 million.
What?
On the EBITDA, nigga. On the EBITDA. The Bucks lost 14 mil on the EBITDA.
That too, though. I was thinking about the Bucks.
So I'm somewhat wrong here. Teams are breaking even, so they're making money at $10 a pop a ticket, nigga. And maybe it's the season ticket holders, them diehard Wizards and fans, but I can't take that these team owners don't know that their teams suck or they just don't give a fuck to the point where they have to take away the draft. Like they have to care because who's tanking the team then? Who's tanking the team for the draft? The president? The CEO?
No,
the
it's like, I ain't gonna lie. This is, especially with the NBA, like, and definitely in the NFL, like, obviously in the NFL is more exact, right? If I'm the worst team in the NFL, I automatically get the #1 draft pick unless I traded that shit or some shit like that. But it just worked that way. It's that consistent every year. If whoever has the worst record more than likely gains the #1 pick unless they traded it in the previous whatever.
Mm-hmm.
With the NBA, you want to be bad, but you don't need to be the worst team in the league. You just need to be one of the worst teams in the league to get the #1 pick.
True.
That's a cover on tanking, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit. Get all of them.
I'm not saying this is a cover. I'm not saying it.
All those owners up out of here.
I'm not saying that because at the end of the day, somebody is going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA.
That is true, but if that's genuine, if it's genuine, the worst team, not a nigga that's just fucking not letting his team play or telling his team, or sitting his good players telling his team not to play hard. Yeah, like, that's some bullshit.
Is like a team like Utah, they are weak. That's why it's hard to judge it. They are a weak team.
You could say they weak. You could say that. But you can't tell me in those 40 losses they didn't take 15 of those off, nigga. And that's what the problem is. It's like if you're taking games just because you're a bad team and you want to make sure your record's in the bottom 3, bottom 2, like that has to be stopped. And at the end of the day, the owners have to be paying attention. Like Movie said, they're about to be paying attention because they're the one getting the fine. So their bottom line, that EBITDA, is being affected.
But when you're a small market team like a Utah Jazz, the only way you can like try to change the fortune of your team is through the draft.
Yes.
Nobody's coming to Utah. Nobody's like, hey, I want to go to Utah.
But Boo, if you're a bad team, then you're going to end up at the bottom regardless. But to try to fluff your numbers to make sure you're patting the stats towards your favor, that's a problem. It's okay to be a bad team, right? Because you don't have the players or the team necessary to be good, or the teams above you are better. But there's not an excuse for a guy being like, oh, I'm going to sit you for the next 3 weeks with an ankle injury, and he ain't got no fucking ankle injury.
It's an excuse for it because it's not a real valid one. It's gonna get nasty, of course, but it's not a valid, like the ultimate valid reason. Like, of course, you shouldn't be sitting nobody that's healthy. If they can play, they should play. But again, when this is why I do think some of the owners do care, especially around the end of the season. Like, of course, we're trying to protect, especially if you're one of my better players. Of course, I want to sit you. I don't want you to get hurt.
But under that reasoning, yes, there are reasons to sit your players. If you're going to the playoffs, you want to sit them the 2 games to get them ready because he's been
no. If you're a bad team, why? If you're one of my better players, why I want to sit you?
I don't know if I agree with that because what I'm paying. Why am I selling tickets then? I am selling tickets if I'm selling them at $10.
No. If I'm a bad, listen, right. The thing about like when you own a team, bro, you make your money off of everything. Endorsement. I mean, not endorsements, but like team paraphernalia that you're selling in this, all that shit that's in the arenas. You're making that money, right? You're selling $13 hot dogs, $17 beers. You're making that money, gang. Trust me. People that come there buy food.
I'm just talking about
drink beer. $17.
The basketball part of it. Nobody. Some niggas, they go there drunk already, sneak their own bottles in and bring their own hot dogs. They not making no money. I don't know what you're talking about. Pull the hot dog right out the pants, nigga. What you talking about?
Look, I'm trying to tell you, nigga, because it's $17 for.
Because don't they tailgate now? Ain't everybody outside eating free hot dogs while I'm going inside eating hot dogs?
That's more of a football environment than the NBA environment.
No, they do it in the NBA too. You just gotta get there.
They doing it in certain cities.
Yeah, you just gotta get there. That's exactly. You just gotta get there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You come to Cali, we got the bacon wrap Jones. You feel me? In the front.
Yeah, get the bacon wrap glizzy, nigga.
But what I'm still saying, like a city like Utah where it's cold a lot of times, bro, they not doing that shit, bro.
Yes, they do, nigga. They do it for football when it's cold. They just don't love them like that.
What football team in Utah?
No, I'm saying, nigga, it's cold places in fucking the NFL. Cold
they got diehard passionate fans.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You got diehard passionate Wizard fans that want to see their team fucking succeed.
Not for real.
Yes, for real. When fucking John Wall and fucking Bill was there, nigga, them Wizards
that's a Redskins town. That's a Redskins.
Nah, nigga, when John Wall and Bradley Bill was there, them niggas was screaming. They were screaming Wizards, nigga. Wizards was up.
Yeah, but
and now Wizards about to be up again. They got Trae Young and AD. You said that.
I'm not saying they're not gonna gain some popularity. I'm not saying they're not gonna sell some tickets. But like what I'm still ultimately saying is that, again, if you're an owner, bro, when they put this team together, they're more so they're not thinking like we finna win a ring with this core. They're not thinking that. That's like a win-win. That's like on another level. If that was to happen for the Wizards, right?
Are they trying?
No. They're trying to sell some seats.
Yeah, sell them while trying to win, nigga. That's the thing. You want to sell some seats.
You don't have the luxury of doing that, Troy.
You got to get back. The Pistons is doing it right now. The Magic is doing it. If they can stay fucking healthy.
The Magic not really doing it, but
the Magic is doing it, bro. They was good, bro. They was just in the playoffs, one of the top teams a couple of years ago.
Again, though, the thing about Detroit and Orlando, I think the market for basketball is better. Detroit is a historic team. Orlando is not one. Like, those things are a little bit different. Like, it's more.
Why is Toronto still relevant after Kawhi and fucking Kyle Lowry gone?
You say who?
Why is Toronto still kind of relevant with Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry gone?
Because
Brandon
Canada
Ingram
is
or Scotty
huge
Barnes?
as fuck.
You said what, boy?
Canada is huge as fuck. It's a big. That's a whole continent. Like, you know, not a continent, but you know,
I'm talking about winning.
Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes.
Because
Right, that's them trying. That's what I'm saying. They go out and get players to try.
I mean, no, that's to me. That's just they had some down years after that Kyle Lowry and Kawhi shit.
Yes, but then you make moves. It's all right to have down years, boy, if it's genuine.
Yeah, but
It's
I'm
genuine.
saying,
Like, nigga, I can't do nothing. I lost my star player. I ain't got no money. That type of shit. I'm with you.
Yeah.
but what I'm saying though, bro, like hear what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, right? With Toronto, right? Like, it's different because, as we know, Canada is a hockey place. That's what they do out there. They play hockey, right? Right? That's their shit out there. Hockey. Basketball, when Vince Carter came to Toronto, bro, he made basketball kind of like global through Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that the fan base out there is super loyal. Like, I can't explain explain why another fan base is more loyal. I mean, I can, but that's why it is the way it is for Canada. Like at the end of the day, they make good decisions. Like, far as basketball, I don't know who owned.
What year Kawhi left? He went 1920, right?
He left right after he won the ring. So 2019, right? Like,
So he left 2019. So 2020. Well, 2020 and 2021, he wasn't there.
No, 2019, 20 wasn't there.
2019-20, they went 53 and 19. So I think he was there.
Exactly. Without Kawhi Leonard, they still was a playoff team. So what I'm saying is that, like, overall, that team has not been making bad decisions. They draft good. Scotty Barnes is a very good player. Scotty Barnes is a very good player in the league.
They had Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes wasn't here yet.
I know that, but what I'm saying is that, like, ultimately.
So after the championship, them niggas went 53 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
And then went 27 and 45. So they didn't have a couple of down years, because after the 27-45, they're right back up at 48 and 34. That's the Nick Nurse season.
Yep.
And then they got Scotty Barnes, Precious Achiuwa, Goran Dragic. That's not a name you want to see.
They had OG on the team. OG
don't look like he is. Yeah, OG, I don't know why I skipped him. Sorry.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They drafted OG, right? They make good drafts. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, when you can see why a team like Toronto is still ultimately thriving after losing quality guys.
But that's also the point too, is like, you say they're drafting guys, right? So are the other teams.
Yeah, but
or the other teams that's getting high picks, they're drafting guys. Why aren't they turning out like the Pistons, like the Magic trying to come
like
up?
Udo.
Like the Pistons made a bad draft in Killian Hayes, right?
Yeah.
We could say in hindsight that's a bad draft. But what did they do after that? They corrected that mistake by going to get Cade.
I don't know if they corrected it necessarily. They just was bad. That's what happened when you make the wrong draft choice. You be bad.
No, but I'm saying Cade. Killian Hayes was supposed to be Cade. That's what he was supposed to be. He just didn't come in and be that.
I don't know if you.
I don't think not the type of player, but he was supposed to be the guy on the team. He was supposed to be the leader of the team. He didn't come in and do that.
He was supposed to be the starting point guard for sure.
Yes, he was supposed to be the star.
But at times, sometimes you're not gonna get every draft right.
Right, 100%. But what I'm saying is, what did the Pistons do after Killian Hayes didn't work out? They readjusted and went and got another point guard.
No, they was just bad, and they was able to get.
You could say that was bad because of the draft pick not working out, boy.
Look when the Cavs drafted Kyrie Irving, right?
It was bad.
Kyrie Irving's still a good player though.
100%. 100%. But did Kyrie make the team better?
Yes.
Were they trying to get better?
Yes.
Oh, that's my point. These bottom teams, to me, aren't trying to get better. The Cavs drafted to try to get better.
What I'm saying is that, like,
it's why they drafted an Andrew Wiggins.
No, what I'm saying is
to try to get better. Anthony Bennett.
But you can still draft a good player, right, and still be bad.
And the team suck because you gotta put the rest of the team 100%.
I'm just telling you, if you for sure draft a bad player, right, a guy that's not. I don't want to be nasty and call Killian Hayes a bad. He made it to the NBA, but if you draft a guy that's not necessarily game changing, right, you should be bad still, right? If a guy's not coming in, you drafted him high, and he's not coming in day one giving you immediate impact, you're probably going to be bad next year. That's why you able to get a Cade. And in scenarios, that's why I brought up Kyrie Irving, where you can still draft a good guy. Like Kyrie Irving he was the rookie of the year. But the team was still bad. They still got a top 3, top 5 pick next year. Yeah, and even when they got the top 3, top 5 pick, I think that was the Deion Waiters, Tristan Thompson draft might have been, if I'm not mistaken. They still was bad and got the number 1 pick the next draft. like the Timberwolves, Cat, Anthony Edwards, top 3 picks. Like, you can draft these caliber of players, but you still be a bad team. You on mute.
Oh, no, I was saying that's when Blake Griffin was there. I'm looking at the Pistons.
And you want, and in a perfect world, you kind of want to do what the Timberwolves did. You kind of want to do what the Cavs did. You want to be that bad where you getting these quality picks.
But is it genuine is the question. Like, if these guys are doing it on purpose because they want the picks, and then they're doing things that go to their favor of getting the number 1 pick, and it's not fair to other teams, then no, I can't take that. I understand the concept that we're bad, we want to be bad, right? But
everything is dependent off the players. The players determine what you got to do as an owner. If you're an owner and you somewhat realize, I got a guy that can sell tickets, but he can't necessarily win me a title. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different owners. Like, you got the owners that's gonna push the button. More than likely, though, in this era, the players are pushing the button. We see that. The player, like the superstar player, is pushing the button. Trade me. I want to win. Trade me.
Cade not, and because they winning.
Cade is young,
but he helped turn the team around.
He young though. He young.
That's what young guys go to these bad teams, and then they're expected to perform and turn the team around. But like you said, a lot of times you can't because you don't have the personnel to. So how do you?
Players ain't asking for that trade till like year 7.
They had a top 7 for Killian, and then
players, if they smart enough, you gonna get all the money up front your first 7 years in this era. That's what you're doing. Your first 7 years, you're gonna get all that money because it's there. You gonna suffer with that team. You're gonna go through the ups and downs with that team. Once you sign that next contract is when they year 1, year 2 into it, shit ain't going where they want to. They done got paid. Now they stuck on whoever want me. Whoever want me. And it's gonna be somebody, if you really like that, it's gonna be somebody that wants you and willing to pay the rest of your contract out. Then you go through the motions with these teams. But you get that money them first 7, 8 years. I promise you that's what you're gonna do. K gonna stay with Detroit for sure. He a budding superstar. He gonna stay there 7, 8 years more than likely. But once that narrative get him, if he just say he never get to a finals in the 7, 8 years, because right now it's looking like they coming out the East in most people's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But say they don't. Just I know they could, but say they don't though. Then what? Year 7 come around. Just say they get to Eastern Conference Finals once or twice, but they never get over the hump. Like, that narrative start getting created behind you. Can he get it done? This and that, X, Y, and Z. And
but we could also say on the other side of that, are the Pistons giving him adequate help along those years? Like if they were to lose, what moves are the Pistons making to help their superstar out? And I don't think everybody's the same, right? I don't know if Cade takes that approach to 7 years amount. Maybe he stays there and signs an extension because the team is good enough to compete with the top teams in the East. Not saying they'll win every time, but if they could get there and compete, who's to say the guy, as long as they continue improving the team, that he's not satisfied with that?
I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying none of those aren't realistic possibilities. Again, the thing about it right now, right, when we look at a team like Detroit, a town like Detroit it's not a small market, but it's not necessarily a huge market either. Right? It's not one of them cities must go.
Right.
It's just not. No matter how you chop it, not to say it's not some real people out there in Detroit, not to say it's not lit out there. None of that. It's just still, it's not one of them cities on the must go type. And players think like that. It's just what it is. Unfortunately, players think about where I want to play at, where I want to live at, where I want to do my brand.
100%, and him getting into a bigger market would help him long term with his brand and his image. But
fuck that. Just say he was a loyal dude. How just like Dame was a loyal dude, right? Dame was loyal supporting. But how can I get people to come here if don't?
But see, that was the point though. Too to my point. What was Portland doing to get guys over there? Carmelo went there.
Melo went there because
I know, but he still went. Like
he made his money. He made his money. His name is stamped.
But technically, he went there because of Dame, though.
Right.
I'm not saying he didn't go there because of Dame. I'm not saying that Dame was the one vouching for him. You know what I'm saying? He was vouching for Melo. So of course he felt like, yeah, if Dame fucking with me like that, but I'm saying ultimately Melo had nothing to lose. Nothing. Players gotta think when you young in your career, you gotta think about like shit like that more so than a guy like Melo, who in year 16, year 17, just trying to show that I can still offer something to the game. That's all Melo was really trying to do. He wasn't really like, oh, I'm trying to get a contract. He came on a veteran minimum, and he did that shit for the next 2-3 years. Signed for the veteran minimum. Showed niggas that I still can offer something. Understandable, respectful. But I'm saying a guy like Cade or a budding superstar, why would I go to Detroit? Like why would I? It's not a lot of guys that'll do what Donovan Mitchell did, where he re-upped with Cleveland in the prime of his career. It's not
I understand that, but now we get the buddy too. So Cade got a buddy. He might just go over there. Listen, especially if they got the money to pay him, like a James Harden. James Harden would surely go to the
I'm not saying that's not possible. I'm just saying the reality is it's still tough. It's just tough. It
is, but that's where, and I get it because we saw it with LeBron. Nobody wanted to go to, well, so-called nobody wanted to go to Cleveland.
They did.
You can say there were some people that wanted to go. There were some people that want to go, but it just wasn't the people that he wanted.
Is it intriguing to play with a young LeBron James at that time? For sure. But like overall, like if I'm a free agent and I got a choice,
I get it. I don't fucking fuck Cleveland,
Miami, New York.
I want to go lay up on the beach. I get it. But when you have a name like that, you got to be able to pull people in, and it's like, and I get it doesn't work every time, but. And that's the same for Dame. Like I'm looking at some of the teams that he had. Who was really on those teams?
A lot of people want to be the man too. That's another thing. A lot of people.
That's true too.
Situation. That's the problem with this era. That's what I think hurt this era more than previous eras. Nobody really wants to be a role player.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Except for PP.
Yeah, everybody want to be alpha.
Except for PP. PP role player. Nigga.
It's a certain amount of people that look at it from the lens of I can make a solid career, make some good money, being a good role. It's rare in this era because of the way the NBA always again has been about its stars and star power. And you hear stories just like a guy like Randy Brown that played with the Bulls and you know what I'm saying on that second 3P. He was fucked up a couple of years ago from what I was reading, and you know he had to sell a couple of his championship rings. But that's because a lot of NBA players, as we know, live above their means.
Mm-hmm.
You kicking it with Jordan and Pippen, you're doing shit.
They making, nigga.
Yeah, you doing
That's
shit.
That early Kevin Hart, nigga.
Yeah, you doing shit that you don't have no business doing. And that's just been going on forever anyway, because a lot of NBA players just go broke.
Right.
Bad investments, overspending money that you thought was gonna be there forever. A lot of them. So why you hear these stories just like you hear the stories about players that we view in a different light that didn't win. Everybody hears everything, bro. They all hear the narratives. And you'll be a damn fool to believe these people aren't human. Like, they're human. Even though they appear to be superheroes to people and idols, and they're humans. They see the same shit we see. They hear the same shit we hear. Nobody wants to be looked at as, you know, like less than or a second option. Like, we just seen it. Even if you don't fulfill it the way some guys did, because the only person I ever truly seen do this for real was Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, yeah.
I've never seen nobody else do it. Like, really ultimately kick that. There's no way you can call me a sidekick on no level. I ain't really seen that from too many players. So
I agree there.
It's just still tough though, because everybody wants to be the man. That's why
I agree with you there.
It's gonna be tough for somebody to go want to play with K. He the man over there. What if you want to be the man?
Yeah, it's true.
I want to go play over there.
That's true. That's a good point. But kicking it, somebody else made a point, and I wanted to know if you guys agree with his point. Pat Riley had some comments. I thought when we got the big three, the Wade, Chris Bosh, and especially LeBron, that we were building a dynasty, 4 straight finals, 2 championships. It was an incredible run. I truly believe it could have lasted 6 to 8, maybe even 10 years, but the NBA is a business. What do you guys take from his comments?
Move.
Wop.
You go. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
whoever.
Technically, he's not wrong, but I mean, they did come in on that hype though. Like, we do got to remember the whole not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Like, they did kind of come in expressing like that was the goal long term. Now, I think he is right when he says, you know, business is business, but I think it comes to a different point, or it's deeper than that when it goes beyond business, right? Because if we can make the numbers work, we can make the numbers work, and we can do good business, right? But when, I guess, personal feelings and like the petty back and forth taking tax start to get involved, then it's like, at that point in time, it's not really business, is it? You know what I mean? And just from hearing the stories that we've heard in the final moments of LeBron in Miami, it's like, I don't know if the business was the true reason as to why that y'all didn't stay together for that much longer, right?
It was the cookies.
I mean, shit. Some people say it was the cookies. Some people say it was LeBron and Pat started to butt heads because there was only one alpha, and LeBron thought he was the alpha, and you know that ain't flying in Pat's world. So
nah, you know they flying in over there in Pat's world.
You know, so I mean, like, who's to say like it all works out at the end? But I just don't think so. I just think at the end of the day, it ran its course the way it was supposed to run. I don't think you can really get more out of that, right? Because even then, right, we can say that it can last for 10 more years, but then when does Chris Bosh's I don't want to say
blood clots.
Blood clots. When does that happen?
Yeah, it still happens at the same time too.
See, exactly. So
everything plays out the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and then D Wade knees, they was as good as gone after the second championship.
If it happened a little earlier, then I could agree with it. But 10 years, I don't agree with. 6, I don't agree with. I think it
That's
ran
just
its
it.
course. Could he have stayed? 100%. But should he have
Yeah,
stayed? Not even Pat Riley
no.
thinks he should have stayed because some other comments before I kick it to you, Boo, out is while there may have been some carnage always left behind when he made these kind of moves in Cleveland and also Miami, he did the right thing. I finally came to accept the realization that he and his family said, "You'll never ever be accepted back in your hometown if you don't go back and try to win a title."
Bro, I ain't gonna back to you. I personally don't think it was gonna last. No way, and it's not because of the blood clots and D Wade knees either. I just think they forced that shit. Honestly, like this is why I understand some of the people that believe LeBron is the GOAT argument somewhat. Not necessarily that I believe that argument, but I believe this is something to look at. That Miami situation was not perfect. On a name value, yeah. But if you're just watching basketball, they forced that shit to work.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron and D Wade was not complimentary of one another. But did they do some unprecedented shit? Yes. No matter how you chop it, D Wade was one of the best players in the world the moment LeBron and him teamed up.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what he became. And you damn sure can't take away nothing he did in 2011. He balled out. He had a great regular season and he had a great playoff run. You cannot pretend he didn't. He was a superstar that year in particular. But they made it work. But the way LeBron plays the game, for one, was going to ultimately slow down a guy like D Wade. They too similar. Kyrie compliments LeBron way more than a guy like D Wade.
Mm-hmm. I agree there.
So that's why the Kyrie situation looks better. D Wade and Bron made that shit work. Like they had to sacrifice. D Wade mainly sacrificed a lot to play with Bron. Chris Bosh as well. But ultimately, the guy that LeBron is, and that's just what it is. Don't nobody want to accept it. And, I was just defending LeBron. Clearly, like I'm not a LeBron hater. I just call it how I see it. Like LeBron, his history shows like he was not finna be there forever. It just shows that. Pat Riley, whether you want to say that was the alpha situation and they both was clashing, maybe they were. I'm not going to dispute that. I think Pat Riley is a feisty guy and he likes to do things his way. And truth be told, he earned the right to be that way. Everywhere he's went, teams done turned around, made finals everywhere. So he has the right to kind of be feisty and has the right to feel the way he feels. So when I look at the Miami situation again, like, nah, I don't see that being no 6 to 8 year project. Like, no matter what Pat Riley thinks, it could have ultimately been like, yeah, y'all could have been. They wouldn't. I promise you, they probably wouldn't go into the more finals because Bron would have hit the carry.
That would have been a good point. That's a good point right there.
They Bron would have had the overcarry. Like that team was not that good.
Yeah, he was losing Ray. Ray gone. You retiring.
Bro.
Mike Miller and Shane Battier wasn't really. I mean, Mike Miller did go up for 7 threes in that last game, but
bro,
who's to say he was very streaky and inconsistent. So was Shane Battier at that time.
They already was tight on the
Norris Cole.
you see they couldn't even pay D Wade what they should have paid him anyway, just off the legacy shit.
Yeah,
like Pat Riley didn't even want to pay him off the legacy shit at that time. Just so you can just retire as a Heat. No, go on to the Bulls for a couple of years, man. We'll see you in a minute. D Wade had to go to he went to Cleveland first, right?
Yep.
Or no,
actually, he went to
Chicago first. He went to Chicago
first, and then Cleveland.
Then Cleveland. Then back to Miami.
Yep.
Like that's how bad it got. Pat Riley drive that type of shit, bro. Like D Wade gang, I love you. But man, we ain't got that money right now to pay you this legacy shit. Like, so now what that look like? Like, no, I just think Pat Riley just talking right now, bro. He know damn well he wasn't fucking with Bron. And Bron wasn't fucking with him. Bron think he the program. That's the truth.
Yeah.
He think he the program. And I ain't even mad for Bron thinking like that. I swear to God I ain't. I'm not.
Well, he ain't the program in Pat Riley's program.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Pat Riley said, "Nigga, I'm bigger than
I'm the program. Yeah, I'm the fucking
Oh,
program.
I mean, Bron ultimately left them, gang.
Not for sure.
He ultimately left them. Pat Riley Bron just sink the opportunity. Like Bron an opportunist. We know that. Like that Miami situation was dying down, and it was. It's the truth.
It was dying down. That's not a false statement. It would mean it definitely wouldn't have been the same.
It was dying down. It'd be different if he left while they was winning. They lost. And people could say he ran from the grind. I get it. I know that's what people like to do. I don't personally do it. That situation was dying down. They just got smoked. Smoked.
2 years in a row.
No, it wasn't 2 years in a row. They won in 2013.
In 2013.
Oh, that's right. That's the Cavs I'm thinking about. 2 years in a row.
A 7-game series to beat these motherfuckers. Then the next year you see them, they beat us in NBA Finals margin record. 16, 17 points a game, beating your ass. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go.
You figured them out, man.
Ain't no figuring them out. The Heat was done. It was over with.
The Heat was done. Well, you know what we got to get done? This motherfucking power ranking. What's up, fellas? What we doing? Power ranking time.
What this is? The top 10 in the league right now?
Top 10 teams in the league, power ranking.
What we doing? 1 through 10? Let's do 1 through 10 today.
Yeah.
1 through 10. That's what I got lined up.
Yeah. Right now, the best team in the league is Detroit Pistons.
Yep, I'm gonna say as of right now we know the best team is Detroit.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the Spurs.
I was gonna say the Spurs too. The Spurs at 2, and then I feel comfortable putting OKC at 3.
I like OKC or Boston at 3.
Yep.
One of them.
Which one of them?
I'm gonna say OKC for now. As of right now.
Let's
they're
go
still
OKC.
playing really good basketball.
Without their best 2 players, I'm gonna go OKC. I like that.
Yep.
Let's go Boston.
Boston at 4. That's solid.
Cleveland?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Cleveland at 5. Solid winning streak when they signed James. New York?
You say who?
New York?
I'm not opposed to New York.
What about Houston?
I like New York a little better than Houston.
I was gonna say, I think I like New York over Houston.
Yeah, I like New York. I like Denver too. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna go with New York. I'm gonna go New York. Denver kind of been fake losing since Jokic been back. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and there's rumors right now that he still might be hurt and playing through an injury. So
Yeah, so he don't miss out on the MVP, nigga.
I don't think he won it. I think it's over with.
JB winning it. Let's go.
strong case.
What the Timberwolves doing?
Timberwolves are 36-23 on a 1-game win streak.
What they over
6-4 in their last 10. San Antonio is 10-0 in their last 10.
I know that. The Pistons is what, like 9-2?
8-2. 8-2.
I'm gonna need to switch to Spurs and Pistons. But 7. Who we going with? It's somebody that's really hooping right now that I'm missing out. I know it's another team that's hooping.
Toronto.
I think Toronto is what they is. They in the playoff.
They third in the East right now.
Toronto is fourth in the East. No, I'm lying. Fifth in the East. And they're 34-25 on a 5-5 in their last 10. 2-game losing streak.
What we at 7. I want to say what Denver did over their last year.
Denver's 37-22. They are 4-6 over their last 10 on a 1-game winning streak. Minnesota 6-4 over their last 10. Houston 6-4 over their last 10. Cleveland is 8-2 over their last 10, but we put Cleveland already. Toronto's 5-5. Philly's 5-5. The Magic is 6-4, but they had 31-21 in 9th place. 1-game losing streak.
Let's go Minnesota for 7.
Yeah. I was gonna say open Minnesota at 7. That makes some more sense.
Minnesota at 7.
And what's the other team you just said was 6-4?
The Magic.
I like the Magic. They had a tough win against LA on the road.
Would you say Houston or Orlando?
Houston gonna be 9 for me. They had an ugly loss against who the other day? A little nail biter loss.
I know. Thunder got their ass whipped yesterday.
What the Clippers doing over the last 10?
Clippers are 7-5. Nope, I lied. 5-5.
Did we put the Nuggets on this list yet?
The Nuggets 4-6, yeah.
Yeah, over the last 10. It's still 4th in the West, though.
Yeah, but
some power.
I'll run them down to you. I know. Even if they're on the list, I'm just going to say them all. Detroit 8-2, Boston 8-2, Knicks 6-4, Cleveland 8-2, Toronto 5-5, Philly 5-5, Orlando is 6-4, Miami's 5-5, Atlanta is 6-4 without Trae Young. Let's go Atlanta. Charlotte.
Let's go Atlanta. I like this.
Charlotte is 7-3, but they got a negative. They're 29-31. Milwaukee Bucks is 8-2 in their last 10-1 on a 2-game win streak. Chicago 0-10, Washington 3-7, Brooklyn 2-8, 2-8 Indy. You got 6-4. OKC, 10-0 for San Antonio, 6-4 for Houston, 4-6 for Denver, 6-4 for Minnesota, 5-5 for the Lakers, 4-6 for Phoenix, 4-6 for Golden State, 6-4 for Portland, 5-5 for Clippers, 3-7 for Memphis, 2-8 for Dallas, 3-7 for Utah, 5-5 for New Orleans, and then 2-8.
I like Atlanta without losing Trae Young, still staying relevant. I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's your top 10. Top 10 power rankings. Pistons, Spurs, OKC, Boston, Cleveland, New York, Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Orlando Magic, Houston Rockets, and the Atlanta Hawks. Top out the list.
Top 10. That's something.
You feel me? Now we got one more thing to do before we get our asses out of here. And that's y'all niggas gonna need to make some changes on this damn tier list because y'all haven't made no damn changes on this tier list in forever. Okay? So let's get to the tier list. I gotta write my timestamps down. I'm gonna say 30 seconds and bink, 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 bink. Wow, that's the list. That is the list. 2 moves each. I don't care who goes first.
I'm gonna put the Lakers behind the Nuggets. So, yeah. And I'm going to put the Pistons. No, man, hold on. Wait, that's too obvious. I'm going to put the Spurs 1.
Mulich?
All right. I'm gonna move Golden State in front of the Clippers. And put the Hawks. Actually, put the Hawks in front of Golden State.
That's your list. You move the Spurs to number 1. Detroit's in number 3. Boston's still number 4. Finishing our top 5 with the Knicks, Rockets, Cavs, Timberwolves, Denver, and Lakers finishing out our top 10. Final thoughts, fellas.
Man, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Boo Wop, man. We see y'all soon, man. We got a dope football show coming up tomorrow. And see y'all Tuesday, Thursday. Deuces.
Mulich?
You already know, man. Fire show, another fire show. Like Boo Wop said, tune into the football show tomorrow. After that, you already know we back on our regular scheduled program, so make sure you guys come back and rock with us, and we're gonna see y'all next week. Appreciate everybody for listening. Peace.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
Yeah, that's a wrap, but we be right back off the glass, straight facts. No cap, Troy Moolish, Boo Wop. Mellow off the glass, from the paint to the arc, that's basket to basket. Yeah, we ran through the game, every take was official. Argument spicy, yeah, you know it got an issue. From hot seat.